What's up, good people? I'm your guy, Aubrey Dunbar. Welcome back to the channel. Stop scrolling right now. This is it. If you're not using ChatGPT to make your life easier, you're missing out. This video is for you if you're a business owner, a content creator, social media marketer, or just someone that's just seeking knowledge just to try to make their lives just a little bit easier. In this video, you will find actionable strategies that you can put together to make your life easier by using ChatGPT every day to improve my workflows, to improve my content creating. What you can find in this video, I'm breaking down top 10 ways that I use to scale my business, create content, and automate my workflow. Let's get into the video. So the number one way that I use ChatGPT to make my life a little bit more efficient and easier as a social media marketer and business owner is ad copy and targeting, okay? This is how I do it. You are a TikTok copywriting expert. Give me 8 headlines for this landing page. Tone, fun, FOMO, and informative. Scan landing page for this live example. What we do is you right click into the landing page, click print. You guys might have another method, but this is how I do it. All right, so we have the landing page here. And what we're gonna do, instead of print, we're gonna go to save PDF. We're gonna make sure all of those are checked and you hit save, boom, save it to your PC. Now we're gonna go back to ChatGPT and we're gonna upload that PDF. Now, execute. And here we go. We have 8 headlines. Greatness starts with the process. You are ready. So that is the name of my new collection on my e-com store, Divine Dedicated Clothing. So it's all about motivation. It's all about motivational phrases on some high-end pieces, as far as like the quality of the clothing, you know, level up your wardrobe, the process gear. Of course, not all of them are going to be fire. That's why I asked it to give me 8. Usually I A/B test with 2 sets of ad copy. So that's in 2 variants of images. So that's how I normally run my TikTok and Facebook ads. Just as an example, you can also use this strategy for Facebook. You can use it for any type of social media platform. It works, all right? And this is just for ad copy. You can tweak this prompt to make the description longer or, you know, whatever you need to do. For Facebook, it's a little bit different because you have a primary text, you have a headline, and you have a description. So what you would do in that situation is add that to the prompt. Here, I ask for headlines only, and that's because TikTok only uses headlines. For Meta, I would ask for the primary text, headline, and description. This is a great example of how to use ChatGPT to make your copywriting more efficient and a little bit easier. Let's do the same for targeting. What I'm going to do is copy this prompt. Actually, I'm not going to copy the prompt. I'm going to go into the little pencil icon, and I'm just going to tweak this. You are a TikTok ads targeting expert. Give me audience. For this landing page. So there's no tone here. So we're just gonna delete that and we're gonna do okay, here we go. Same thing, let it rip. And here you have it. Streetwear fashion, athleisure, fitness apparel, motivation and inspiration. And you have about 20 of those. So here are 20 relevant interests that you can plug in to your TikTok ads. This works the same way for Meta. You would do the same thing. For Meta, I would also include some behavioral focus if I focused on Meta. So this is just an example for TikTok, all right? So this is the number one way that I use ChatGPT for ad copywriting and targeting. So hope that helped out. Oh yeah, and I almost forgot. All right, so to download the prompts that I use for the top 5 ways that I use ChatGPT to make my life a little bit easier, the prompts will be in the description, all right? So number 2, social media strategy and business growth. I use ChatGPT to help me develop a strategic plan whenever I onboard a new client or when I write a proposal. So I write a proposal using an overall strategy. So I write down what my client's needs are, and then from there, I try to figure out what platform or what channel would help them achieve their goals or objectives the best way to actually do that. Just continue on with Divine Dedicated Clothing. Just create a strategy together using the Divine Dedicated Clothing example that we already have laid out here. So without having to start a new chat, we're gonna continue on this thread, on this string. All right, so here we go. We're gonna start with the prompt again. So we know that Divine Dedicated Clothing, it's a clothing brand. It's a athleisure type of clothing brand where the client sells athletic style t-shirts and hoodies. What we're gonna do is we're gonna continue with the new prompt. All right, so the new prompt will be similar to the old prompt. We're not gonna mention TikTok here. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna say this, to start from fresh, start from new, okay? You are what are my hands doing today? So you are a social media marketing specialist. Using the landing page from above, create a social media marketing strategy. Utilizing Meta ads, TikTok ads, and Google display and YouTube ads, right? We told ChatGPT what it is. We let them know that we're going to use this strategy. We're going to use the landing page that we previously used, that we previously uploaded as a base for the strategy. We're also going to let ChatGPT know that we're going to utilize Meta ads, TikTok ads, Google ads, and YouTube ads. The final piece is we're going to let it know what we want to include in the strategy. Let's go. Include audience targeting, budget breakdown, what's the final one? And suggested creatives. Okay, so we can execute here. I think this is a pretty solid prompt here. So I'm gonna copy this and put it here in my little sheet here. Boom, let's execute. Let's see what it does. Social media marketing strategy for the process collection by Divine Dedicated Clothing. That's dope. So it's specific to the landing page, just like I wanted it to be. You have ages 18 to 40, which we can go a little bit higher. I probably would go 18 to maybe 55. I don't know. I probably would go 18 to 55, depending on what type of budget I wanted to put in this thing. You can go US or with the focus on urban cities. The reason why it's saying that is because Divine Dedicated Clothing kind of seems a little urban, So ChatGPT is already letting you know they want to target areas where the urbaners live. All right. Interests: streetwear fashion, athleisure, motivation and inspiration, fitness and wellness, Under Armour apparel. So with the interests, I understand why it's saying this, but we will want to go back up and find our own interests, similar to the way we did with the TikTok interests. We can skip over that part. Let's move over to custom audience. I like this. It's going to even a little bit deeper because it knows that once I set up a campaign, or when I'm starting to set up a campaign, I want to use a traffic campaign, definitely using a retargeting campaign from specific page link clicks, also a lookalike audience. If I'm running lead gen or if I'm running video ads, I can target individuals. I can retarget individuals or create a lookalike audience from individuals that have chosen to view my landing page. All right, ad placements, of course. Okay, so it didn't give me the creatives. Maybe it did it at the bottom, but suggested creatives are off the table, but left out. But you can also see that the creatives, that is suggested placements, can give you an idea of creative. So it has feed and story. So that means that we'll do static images with overlays and also some stories and reels for video, okay? It's going down to TikTok. It gave us TikTok also, 18 to 35. Like I said, you can bump that age up, but 18 to 35 is pretty solid. Don't see a budget breakdown here. It's at the bottom. Okay, bam. Okay, so it did the same thing for YouTube ads. Nice.
Google Display. Google Display is interesting. The budget. This is what I wanted to see what it was gonna do with the budget. So it's recommending that a total budget of $2,000, which is pretty solid. It's a little bit on the lower end than I thought it was gonna be, but hey, it's pretty solid. All right, so it's recommended that we spend $800 in meta ads for this campaign a month, $27 a day, which is pretty decent and pretty solid, I think, pretty solid. So TikTok ads, $600 a day in TikTok ads. If you know TikTok ads like I know, that's kind of light work. All right, so you'll burn through that budget, that daily budget, pretty fast. I recommend around $30 to $50 a day, if at the very minimum. Okay, for TikTok. Google display ads, $400 seems pretty solid. $13 a day, maybe bump that up to actually $20. YouTube ads. YouTube ads, you do get a lot of bang for your buck with YouTube ads, so I would probably actually bump this up to $10 a day, honestly, also. All right, suggested creatives. Like I said, it was at the bottom. Let's go ChatGPT, you're doing your thing. It's at the bottom. So, images. Showcase the greatness is all right, collection and blah, blah, blah. Product images focusing on people in action, right? Videos, 15 to 30-second videos that show customers wearing clothing in different settings, gym, streets, parks, with motivational voiceovers or music, fire recommendation. It knows me well, okay? TikTok. TikTok more or less the same, encourages users to share fitness journeys. Oh, wow. We're getting some user-generated content here with TikTok, and I recommend the same with any type of video ad that you're going to put out there. I recommend user-generated content just off rip. It gets the most engagement. Google display ads. Use strong visuals from the product page. Showcasing greatness is a process. Design, incorporate motivational text. YouTube ads. This is going to be very interesting. 30-second video showing the clothing in action with a focus on fitness or everyday use. The user-generated content here also will be very strong. 6-second clips, text. Greatness is a process. Shop now. Show a person walking confidently in the hoodie or shirt. I would have someone walking in the gym, performance metrics to track. It went a step further because I always like to track my metrics. Performance metrics to track. Meta ads, click-through rate, conversion rate, cost per click. I also track link clicks. It's very important there. TikTok, they give you engagement, likes, shares, comments. I'm more of a CTR and landing page clicks kind of guy, so okay, we'll add that in. Google display, click-through rate, and impressions for me, and conversion rate would be the main metrics that I would track, or the main KPIs that I would track. Same thing with YouTube ads. View-through rate, CTR, conversion rate, and it also gives you a conclusion to wrap this up in a nice little bow. This is probably the most important way that I use ChatGPT. And I also would take it a step further to create a proposal out of this strategy, okay? All right, let's move on to number 3, YouTube content. YouTube is a huge piece of the puzzle when you're running a business. All right, so YouTube and branding goes hand in hand. It's a new day where content is king, and I advise or recommend to all of my clients that YouTube content, whether you're creating educational content on YouTube, whether you're creating entertaining content on YouTube, just create something. Create something that's related to your brand and try to make it engaging, just so you can get more eyes on the brand and just grow your brand. You'll start to gain a community, build a community within your YouTube channel itself. So YouTube content is king, and ChatGPT can help you with your YouTube strategy. All right, so this is how I use ChatGPT to come up with YouTube content. Now, let's jump back into ChatGPT. We're going to continue on with the Divine Dedicated Clothing, the process collection thing that we've been running with. I'm just going to keep on building off of this entire chat that we've created. So we're going to go down here. We're going to start with the prompt. The prompt was going to be, we're going to go back, your social media marketing. We're going to start there with that prompt. We're just going to edit it just a little bit. You are a YouTube content expert. Using the landing page above, create a, let's say YouTube you are a YouTube content expert. include video ideas. You are a YouTube content expert. I would like you to create a list of content ideas using the landing page from above. Create a YouTube content strategy, include video ideas. All right, let's copy that prompt and we're gonna let it roll. While it's rolling, we're gonna go here. I think it was a solid prompt. Let's see what it came up with. YouTube content strategy for Divine Dedicated Clothing, the process collection. The goal of the YouTube content strategy is to engage viewers with brand, storytelling, lifestyle content, and inspirational messaging while showcasing the process collection. Brand storytelling and inspirational videos. So I guess this is like video number 1 or something like that. The story behind Divine Dedicated Clothing, trust the process, description of the video, brand intention, video title idea. Okay, the story behind Divine Dedicated Clothing and trust the process. That's a great idea. So I would tell that story about the brand and why I chose to name the collection Trust the Process or The Process. I like that. Brand introduction, mission and vision, design inspiration, video idea. Number 2, from idea to product, the making of the process collection. Nice. And it's suggesting that we 7 to 10 minutes. Motivational and lifestyle content. Greatness is a process achieving your goals and lifestyle. Personal motivational speech. Oh, I would give a personal motivational speech in this video. Idea number 3, what do we have? Fitness journal. Fitness journey. The process, a day in the life of an athlete. That's a fire idea also. Customer testimonials. Nice. Video title, ideas. What am I talking about? Trust the process, customer reviews, and unboxing. That'll be dope. How to style the process collection for every occasion. Streetwear fashion inspiration, the process collection. You get the idea. So it spit out some pretty decent video or content ideas, and it'll be up to us to tweak it and go in and pick the ones that we will want to actually create or make a video out of. You know, some of this stuff I can do it right here from this room. Other stuff, other ideas I would have to get out and maybe move around a little bit. But it wouldn't be too hard to create content for the brand using this strategy. Love it, man. Let's move on to number 4. All right, so number 4, website and landing page optimization. Super important. So I do use ChatGPT to evaluate a client's website or landing page, and also use it to optimize my own landing pages. So let's jump into ChatGPT, and continuing on with the example of Divine Dedicated Clothing, we're gonna start with our prompt, right? Oh, love. Let's start with our prompt. All right, website and other. I'm sorry, I'm doing this on the fly. Hey, editor, cut this. Cut this, editor. Okay, so let's start with the prompt. We're gonna use, so it's gonna be landing page optimization. Boom, we're gonna go here. We're gonna start here. So we're gonna start with exactly how we always start. You are a, let's say web, no. You are a funnel expert. You are a website funnel expert. Using the landing page from above, nope, we're not gonna create. Audit the landing page and make recommendation on how to improve. That's what we're gonna do. I'll fix that later. Let's go. Let's execute, baby. Okay, so it's breaking it down into strengths and areas to improve. ChatGPT, you smart. Let's go, man. First impression and design. Strengths, clean and simple. I did that, you know what I'm saying? Clean and simple. Clear branding and messaging, product range and display. Okay. Areas for improvement. Okay. They go easy on me. The page could benefit from more engaging visuals, adding high quality images of people wearing the clothing. Okay. Adding more dynamic elements such as hero video. We're not doing that. I just don't want the landing page to be load slow or whatnot. But anyway, great suggestion though, great suggestion. Product design, enhance product descriptions. Okay. Benefit and features. Okay. Focus on how products contribute to the trust the process theme. Okay. The funnel flow and call to action. Add to cart, buttons are clear. Okay, thank you. That's a strength. Areas for improvement, CTA placement and frequency. What is mine? Oh, okay. So it's saying I don't have enough. Well, it's add to cart all through here, bro. Urgency and scarcity. I did not put any FOMO in this thing. Okay. Sticky add to cart. Do I have that? I don't. That is something that I could add, a sticky add to cart that'll float along with the page. What else? Add social proof. I could add that. Navigation and user experience. Strengths. Simple navigation, landing page, straightforward navigation. Okay. Mobile optimization. That's okay. It's telling me my strengths. Okay. Areas to improve. Improve load time. It doesn't know the load time. Unless it does know the load time, that would be crazy. But I did a load test on here and it came out pretty decent. So sticky header. Do I have a sticky header? I do have. Wait, do I? Is that sticky? I don't have a sticky header. Okay. Product visuals and clear product images, large product images. I don't have a 360 view. Lifestyle images, I don't. Trust and security, I do. Do I have trust badges? I don't. Okay, I can add that. Refund policy is here, and privacy policy. SEO, product titles, tags, all right? SEO, ensure the product description page content, checkout process is simple. That's definitely simple. That's a strength. Areas for improvement, progressive checkout, offer guest checkout. Do I offer guest checkout? I don't know. Do I? Conversion optimization recommendation. Test different headlines, exit and tip. All right, cool. It gave us a very, very thorough audit and recognized our strengths and areas of improvement for our landing page. That's one example where you can take this, figure out exactly what you need to improve on. And you don't have to do everything that ChatGPT asks you to do, but in some areas, you could use some of those recommendations and implement those recommendations. All right, let's move on to number 5. Here's a very, very important piece of the puzzle. Let's say you've been doing outreach, you've been doing cold calls, emails, and you finally get someone on the hook, or you've had a recommendation from current client. What I usually do when I have a recommendation, I would put, or I receive a lead, I would put together a proposal. I use a templated strategy with creating my proposals that they've been very, very successful for me. So I've probably created about 10 proposals, and out of that 10, 6 have converted. So this strategy for me has worked, and I'm going to show you how I use ChatGPT to help me create client proposals and develop the whole proposal process right here in ChatGPT and Canva. All right, so for this example, we're going to continue on with Divine Dedicated Clothing in ChatGPT as an example. So here's the prompt. Start with the prompt that we already used. You are a website. Okay, boom. You are a website. No, we're not. You are a social media marketing expert. Using the landing page from above. Use the marketing strat. Create, using the marketing strategy from above, creates a proposal that we can plug into Canva. I'll tell it now the pages to include. To include. Service, fees, and cost. And we're going to execute. We're going to copy this, and I'm going to put this on the sheet. Okay, boom. Light it up. So it needs some tweaking. This one needs a little bit of tweaking. So it didn't come out exactly like I thought it would. I thought it would just give me an overview. I should have just asked it to give me an overview summary. So let's go back and fix that. Because it's really not an overview, it's actually a summary. Marketing objectives, that should fix that. Marketing channels look good. Okay. To engage and inspire a wide audience through social media channels like Meta ads, TikTok ads, Google display, and YouTube ads, while building a community around the process mantra. We can tweak that a little bit. We can go a little bit deeper into that summary. Marketing objectives, increase sales and conversions for the process collection by driving traffic to the website. You can tweak that also, go a little bit further. Secondary, build brand awareness by reaching a wider audience. Okay, we understand that. Marketing channels. And where are the channels? Okay, we got Meta, TikTok, and here's that. This is exactly how I break it down, just a little bit, just with a summary up under each channel point here. That looks good. Service fees, and it has the breakdown here. So, and of course you have your setup fees and all of those things that are included into the cost and service fees also. So you want to include that into the proposal. But overall, it gives you a great head start into creating a proposal for a new client. Cuts so much time, and especially if you've done it a couple times, it'll make your life just that much more easier. Those are my top 5 ways that I would use ChatGPT to make my life a whole lot easier as a social media marketer, as a content creator, as a business owner. I hope it was helpful. I was gonna go a lot deeper into it, but this video would have been about 2 to 3 hours long. I cut it down to my top 5 videos. Later on, I'll do another top 5 to continue on, because I really have like 10 ways that I use ChatGPT in my everyday life. So I want to give you guys the full content. So I'm just going to break these videos up into different sections. Okay, I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you found something that you could use to make your life a little bit more easier as a content creator, as a business owner, and as a social media marketer. Just overall, I do appreciate y'all for viewing. If you liked the video, like, comment, subscribe, share, and please, if you need any social media marketing help, hit the link below, contact me, and let's collaborate. So I do appreciate it. Thank you guys for watching. I am Aubrey Dunbar. Appreciate y'all. Peace. Peace, peace, peace. Continue the journey. Thanks for watching. And if you enjoyed the show, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and most importantly, share.